All right, hey everybody. Hey, I've been listening. So, today, today, crazy fuck, but she just flew in from Los Angeles, and she's feeling it. Okay, she's
30
feeling
degrees
it.
square.
And we're sitting here on the Zay Show. It is Planet Evolution Radio, and today we're gonna talk about some deep topics. We're gonna figure out some things about my friend Selena here, and just kind of uncover the truth on some things. Thank you for coming out. And, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, Isaiah. How are you?
I haven't seen you in eight years, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while, and I think both of us go through hell and back since that has been. And I want to catch up kind of on what you've been doing between then. I mean, you started your own swimsuit company, it looks like. What's the name of that? Selfie?
Selfie by Selena.
Oh, say that again. Selfie by Selena. All right, Selfie by Selena. I thought the girls look good, you look good, and I just want to know where did that come from?
Okay, so this was back when I was living in Los Angeles for a year.
Yep.
Um,
Well, when'd you
there's
move to LA? We got to back up now.
okay.
Because you're from Minnesota.
Yes, I'm from Minnesota.
Yeah?
Well, then we'd have to back up and really go to it then because
Okay, then let's
I
dig
was in
deep.
Massachusetts before I moved to LA.
We're digging deeper. Okay. All right. So tell me what happened after high school.
After high school, literally a week later, I left St. Cloud, Minnesota. Like I left the hometown. I was ready to go. Like I had this plan to leave my hometown when I was in 6th grade.
Yeah.
Like I always had this in mind. Like I can't wait till I'm 18. Like I'm going to leave.
Everyone dreams about it, but no one does it.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
So I moved to Massachusetts. I went to college right away. I did business administration.
Yeah.
I ended up dropping out.
Whoa. I didn't know that.
I'm a community college dropout.
Okay. Nicely done. Okay. Keep going.
So it was a lot of events though that got me to that point, but I think like what like really stirred that was one day I was getting out of my car after class and my best friend Christine Stefani called me.
Ooh, I went to school with her.
Yes, and she called me and she wanted to tell me something. And she told me that our friend Ben Claire, passed away, and it really, it changed my life.
Yeah, it's okay. Because this is it. You know, you're good.
It changed my life, like drastically. It really took me off the head in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I remember after she called me, she stayed on the phone with me the whole time while I cried. I drove to the mountain that was by my dad's house, and I wept to her.
Yeah.
Because I spent 4th of July with Ben. It was like Ben, Christine, Jacob Rulin, Allison Rulin, that's his sister.
Yep,
and,
I know Allie.
I think that was just all of us. I was with us. Justin, I can't remember, but anyways, before Ben left out of the house, the last conversation I had with him is Ben looked at me and he said, "Selena, you're gonna do great things today." He's like, "Keep going." And when he said it, it's like we never have serious conversations. Like when me and Ben hang out, we're partying.
Right.
Like we're eating donuts and like, we're buying random weird stuff. We're doing weird things. It's always something weird's happening when I'm hanging out with Ben.
Right.
And so when he said that to me, I didn't know he saw me in that way because we never talked serious.
Right.
But it was so great that he saw that in me. But that was our last conversation together.
You never know what people are seeing from the outside looking in.
Yeah, and I remember that last day too because me and Ben were playing like frisbee.
Yeah.
And I think we were at Jacob's grandparents' house cabin or something. And there's like some like swamp like water. I don't know how to explain. Anyways, I accidentally threw it in there.
Oh no.
And Ben went in there and got it for me, but he didn't want to. But
no one does.
But it's just like it just kind of showed like how Ben was. Like he literally said to me like, "I'm not getting it," and I got him to get it.
So that's a good person.
Yeah, I love Ben. He's just an amazing friend. Yeah.
Always a pure person. Yeah. Always a pure person. And So how did what to Ben for sure.
Yeah.
That's something that the show is dedicated to you, okay? And we're forever going on in our success for you. I want everybody to know that. But how did something like that? How did it change you? What did that do to you at that moment?
In that moment, it was kind of like, because I believe Ben was like the third friend I lost to suicide at that point in my life.
Yeah,
But it really stemmed back. I think it really, like, after Ben, it was like, okay. Like, I had that okay moment, like, it's time.
right.
Because the first moment in my life where I started to see things in a really vivid way was when Carrie Richardson,
Yeah.
Carrie Richter,
Richter.
yeah, Carrie Richter, she passed away, and how she died, and just how she was growing up. Like, she was so funny. Like,
Right.
and I was in Miss Doyle's class, and she would be outside of the classroom, and she would like run across the door, and Miss Doyle would literally have to close the door because she was funny.
Yeah. What grade was this in?
Seventh grade.
Okay. So this
No,
is a lot for the youth.
Maybe eighth grade.
Yeah.
I think
And
it was,
North.
I think it was eighth grade.
And
Yeah,
North
because we
Junior High.
released the balloons. Yeah,
Yeah.
eighth grade. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. So through this, losing someone so close.
Yeah.
How did you turn that pain into, how did you turn that struggle into beauty? You
Okay.
know, like how did that affect you to the point on, I'm gonna go chase my dreams?
Right. So it's just like from like a young age, I'm just thinking in my head like, all my friends are dying. We're so young. Like, some
Right.
committed suicide, some freak accidents or things happen
Yeah.
like that.
Drug overdoses.
Car accidents, like
Yeah.
everything that I'm not like, I can't even like comprehend. Like, I can't deal with it.
Right.
So after Ben died, I was in my marketing class.
Yeah.
And when I'm in my marketing class, I'm not really doing marketing stuff. Like,
No one in marketing is. Okay.
I sat in the way back, and I would just like go on like Google and look up beaches.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be like, all right, like, because my dad goes on business trips.
Yeah.
And when he goes on business trips, I take his car and I'll go to like New York, Rhode Island. Like, I'll go anywhere. Like,
Wow.
like when my dad leaves, it's adventure time for me. Like,
Right.
I go to Boston, all these places. But anyways, I started to rebel in what I didn't want to do.
Right.
Because it was such a pressure, especially senior year in high school. Like, I'm watching girls that I was like on the soccer team with, track team with. They're literally going to their college.
Yeah.
Like, they with their best friend. Like, and I didn't feel that for myself. And I still went to college knowing I didn't want to go to college. I didn't go to, St. John's or, like the U of M or anything
Right.
like that. And you know what I mean? Like, but
You still chased it.
I still tried to chase it because I just wanted to see, like, you know what I mean? I played sports with them. Like, maybe that's what I'm supposed to do too. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And having someone like Ben around you telling you like, hey, you're meant to do big things. Like, you're going to do big things. You're wondering like, who is this guy talking to right now? You
Yeah.
know, like, I remember Selena back in high school, she was a crazy little ball of fire. Okay, let's be serious there. We were in the same home class, and I don't know who I don't know who has more energy between the two of us, but I'll tell you, she's taking it home today. I'm telling you, she's taking it home today. But having somebody like that around you telling you that you're going to be great and do these big things, and unfortunately, what had happened with him happened, I think that's kind of when life set in.
Yeah.
Is that kind of what you're saying? Like, you're just like, dude, I gotta go chase these dreams now because these seconds can't be replaced.
Yeah, I was really over it at that point. I was like, I'm leaving. Like, I'm going to go do what I want to do.
Right.
And I remember the moment exactly, like clear as day. I remember I packed my suitcase for a week.
Yep.
This is actually funny how this happened. Can I tell you how this happened?
Tell me about it. You're on the Zay Show. I'm Latin Evolution Radio. Come on, you can tell me anything.
Oh my gosh. So I got a fish. I got like this fish from Walmart on Mother's Day because I was away from my mom. My mom lives in Minnesota. I was in Massachusetts with my dad, and the fish died. And the way I love the fish is how I love my mom. So when the fish died, I treated it like my mom died. So it's Isaiah.
No, I'm listening. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Tell me about it. Tell me about the fish.
Okay, okay. So, anyways, when it died, I was all right. I lost something else. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's really a fish is really. I'm feeling the death of a fish.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's time. It built reality on life.
Like even a fish.
Exactly. Its time was up.
It meant a lot to.
I'm not messing with you right now.
Okay.
I'm being so serious because like I might be playing around with you a little bit ago, but
Okay.
that's something serious because when you see that, it might have just been a fish that showed life.
Yeah, it showed exactly,
Yes.
and I would feed the fish, like you know what I mean. Like I'd even talk to my fish. Like I love my fish.
Yeah.
If I could put my hand in and pet the fish, I would have done that. I really would have done that.
I trust you. Okay.
Okay, but anyways, I packed a suitcase full of stuff.
Yeah.
And for like a week, I contemplated, like, all right, I'm gonna get in my car and I'm gonna go to California. And then I went to work one day, and I worked for this company called Market Source, and it was
Okay.
inside of Target. And it's like we sold cell phones, we sold like internet, like all these different things.
Inside of a Target?
Yep, it's called Market Source.
Okay.
Yeah, and so when you're working at Market Source, you're working with a lot of different kind of people,
I'm sure.
and mostly an older audience.
Yeah.
And a lot of that comes with they're not very patient. And
Yeah.
one day, this girl was yelling at me. This woman, she was older.
Yep. Yeah.
This woman was yelling at me, and all I did, Isaiah, was I took my uniform shirt off.
Yep.
And I put it on the register, and I looked at her, and I said, "Thank you so much because I quit. I'm the only one working on the clock too."
Yeah.
And and it really pushed me more because the people I worked with were so negative. When I work with people, I like to talk about dreams outside of work.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like you're doing the radio show. Like, just say
Yeah.
I was here doing it with you. I
You
would
are.
literally have
Oh.
That's true, but listen, like I would speak even bigger upon what we're doing.
Yeah.
Like I would say, "Oh my gosh, one day we're going to be doing this." Like, and it has nothing to do with what we're doing.
Exactly.
I just try to move people in that way. And anyways, what happened was they were like, "That'll never happen. You'll never leave here. I've been here for this long. You'll never leave." And I had this coworker that would always say that to me.
Proved them wrong.
And but this is the thing. In my life, I never really care to prove anything to anyone. I'll just tell you, and if you believe me, you believe me. If you don't, you don't.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Like,
okay.
I'm not really someone who tries to prove anything because I am great. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Ooh. And that's what I was talking about last week. There's a power of I am. There's so much power in that.
It is, because it's just like, I get what you're saying though, like, you know, proving, but
you're proving yourself.
It's not, and that's the thing though. It goes beyond that too. I don't know if we speak on religion on the show, so I won't try to.
You're more
I'll just speak in a more spiritual way. I think of something higher than myself, and when you have that comfort, it's not even about proving to like yourself, proving to an audience, or even proving to the higher person, because you had so many conversations with the higher God that you just know that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
I think all the people, ladies, girls, boys that just heard that need to reflect on that.
Yeah.
You don't have to prove anything to anybody.
You
right?
don't.
You really don't.
You just don't have to.
Actually, one thing that you told me about a week or two ago is it's already written.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the biggest thing that's out with me that you said. I mean, already, like, you don't have to do anything. This is part of it. I mean, you're great. I love that you just said that, because you are great. I mean, I'm great. I mean, people listening, they're great. I mean, people, if you woke up today, chose to do so, I mean, you already are great. Even if you chose to stay in bed, you are great, right?
100%.
You know, like, you have nothing to prove to anybody, but just be. Yeah.
100%. Like, there's and when I say I'm great, like, can I explain to you?
Tell me.
Because like I don't want to get any.
Because they want to know too. They want to know too. You got young ladies up here looking like, how do I be like this girl? You know, hit them with it.
So like when I say I'm great, like there's days, Isaiah, where I don't want to do nothing. There's days where I cry the whole day. There's days where I look a mess. There's days where I like look in the mirror. I don't even know what I look like. Like, cause I don't even know who I'm looking at because I feel that bad inside.
Really?
Yes. Like, I'm not always feeling my best. And then people will say, well, we never see that part because you don't post that or you don't talk about. I'm not really one to like post a sad story, but I'm not really one to put on a facade for a good story either.
Right.
It's just when I don't post, I'm really taking care of myself. And
Ooh.
when I do decide to post a picture of me in a bikini or me smiling or doing this or anything that is,
Yep.
it's just because I wanted to. It's not to flex. It's not to, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because I wear a bikini every day. I would have
Whew.
to fill my Instagram up every single day with a bikini, or every single day, you know.
That's so awesome. Okay.
But you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I do it because I want to.
Yeah.
Like when you, like, I feel like some people just think so much, like, should I do this? Like, should I, like, it's just like, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I remember when I first started my business, I put prices on it. And I changed the prices in front of everyone a million times. Like, people would literally click back on my business page, and it's like, now it's this much.
If I could do that when I was selling cars, I wouldn't have been selling cars. Let me tell you.
But let me tell you about that, though.
Tell
Then
me.
someone that I was close with, that I supported business,
Yeah.
literally made a post saying, don't change your price. But he didn't say it directly to me. He said it in a story. Don't change your prices. Keep them up. It's just the fact that, like, people think that what they say matters. Like,
Right.
just do whatever you want. Like, make the mistakes in front of everybody.
Right.
Because nobody who is great, like, or who got to that huge level,
Yeah.
they did not start off perfect.
That's
They did not
damn right.
do it. They didn't do it right. And
right.
I always look at, like, Jeff Bezos, for example. Like,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
my favorite person. And he's a Scorpio, just like me.
Uh.
But but, like, I look at him because, like, he's the prime example.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna tell you, like, this is how I kind of take my nonchalantness, is because there's a story that one of his employees said in an interview, like a former employee had.
Yep.
Jeff Bezos, they would package stuff on the floor.
Okay. Yep.
And Jeff Bezos, and then he was like, I think they were complaining, like, my knees hurt or something.
Oh.
Jeff
that can be a
Bezos,
problem.
this is how humble Jeff Bezos is, and this is how he knows he's gonna be great.
Yeah.
His employees think in his mind, okay, solution would be, let's get a table so we can put the stuff on the table so we're not on the floor packaging. Right. Jeff Bezos' solution was, let's get knee pads. Do you understand?
Whoa.
He's not seeing that. He's enjoying the struggle so much. He's enjoying what he has so much. He's not seeing beyond what he has. Like his sign that said Amazon, like, if you've seen the video, it's hilarious because look at him now. He has all these.
That is crazy.
I literally, in LA, like, I shopped at the Amazon store.
You're talking about Amazon from, like, when he had it on the garage? Or what?
And he had, like, a little office.
Yeah,
basically. And he just had, like, this stupid sign.
Yeah. Now look. I think he's like the richest. One of the richest men out there.
He is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's just, you know what I mean? The mistakes and the nonchalantness of not caring.
Right.
And I think the most important thing with that, too, is you don't have to deal with them. Like, you can separate yourself from them.
Right.
You don't have to engage.
Ooh.
And people being like that. Don't engage with them. Keep going.
No, I think you just gave me a life. That's why I'm over sitting here like this. I just had an epiphany because what you just said. I mean, I'm one that I take critical comments so bad. I care about what other people think of me too much, to the point where it's like, am I doing something wrong? Like, then I gotta make myself better for this person. Now I gotta make myself better because they said this, and in me doing that path, I don't even remember who I am. But I mean, I know I'm Isaiah Jeremiah Williams now. Okay, we've established that. But I think a lot of people that are listening take those bad things or take negative comments. And I mean, let's say if you did start your own business and they did have some shit to say. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, at this point, I don't give a fuck. You know?
You didn't start one.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like you can't talk about it if you haven't really been through it. You know?
And even if you have, like, this is another thing too. I'm one person. I don't have no one that runs my business for me.
I'll help.
That's all you have to say. Okay. I'll take it.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
You know, like, I do everything for my business.
Yeah.
And so, especially when you're that kind of person too, where you're really involved with your own self. I never take pride in doing things by myself because I really like teamwork.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I just never had no one who dive deeply into things with me and is convinced, because sometimes people can't see past the struggle of things. They don't see the finish line. They see the beginning and how rough it is, and then they say, "Oh, this isn't gonna work. She's
Correct.
not gonna make it.
They can't take those hard days in the beginning.
She's not gonna make it. He's not gonna make it." Like that's how they see it. They're
Yeah.
not. They don't see like you, Isaiah. You literally called me on the phone and told me what has happened to you in the past few weeks. And literally yesterday, you told me you quit your job. And to me, Isaiah, when you're saying
Now
all
that
these,
that's out there.
I'm sorry, Isaiah.
And don't apologize. It's okay. I was gonna get there, but I wasn't gonna be treated as less than. So.
But like I said, when you're saying these things to me, Isaiah, I don't think less of you. I think more of you, because through the mistakes that you have made, good and bad, it's going to make you great. It's what you do with the mistakes that you make.
Correct.
And take your time.
Right.
Take your sweet, dear, precious time.
Right.
But
take
just
that time
don't
to find
take
yourself.
too much time dwelling on the mistake that you made.
Right.
That's it.
Right. Like in this moment, what I'm doing is I'm taking this time. I'm chasing my dreams right now, and if I can help touch these souls, reach out to these people. I mean, like just from last week's show, I've already heard from 4 or 5 people. I mean, it's only 4 or 5 people, but I can't say it like it's only because each one of those people's lives is priceless.
Mm-hmm.
And they've reached out to me in regards to, man, I really needed to hear that. What you told me, I showed my daughter, and she's just in absolute tears. Shout out to the finance manager, Kasai Ferris. I saw that you posted you're doing a podcast. I'm happy I can help you out there. And he started talking about relationships, and he was inspired by my last show. And just hearing anything that I can inspire people and do that, I will. There's no price on that. So yeah, I'm chasing my dreams finally to become who I want to be. But
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. But like you said, it takes those bad days to know what a good day is. Like don't sit and dwell on it. But how can you turn that into good? Like how can you flip that? That's why I think we relate a lot, is because we look in the bigger picture than things. Like right now, like I have a couple of different business ideas I want to put in reach, but I mean, we can talk about them, and I know that you'll actually be able to listen to them, because you can see it bigger than what's just right in front of you. Like, can you take those hard days just to know that this good day is coming? You know what I mean?
It's really hard.
Yeah, so like
really hard.
That's something that now that makes me stuck, because now I'm thinking about what my next game plan is. But we can talk about that after the show here.
Yeah.
But yeah, see, you got me stuck up now. Jesus Christ. But back to selfie, okay? Where and what made you start that? Because social perception, I hadn't seen you since high school. I dropped out. I got addicted to drugs. So like in between those times, I dropped out, got addicted to drugs, was homeless. Everyone knows I've been through A through Z in that aspect. But while I was doing that, you got someone else who'd been to the same school, same town, left Minnesota, went to LA. I remember talking to you when you were in Boston. I remember shooting you a DM when you were in Boston, just saying what's up, okay? And now you're out in LA, So where and what made you do that? Because in high school, I would have never guessed you to start your own swimsuit company. No way.
And I see what you're saying. Imagine me in high school. I think in high school I was more like an athlete.
Oh, hardcore, yeah.
Like it was the way that I dealt with trauma in my childhood.
Right.
And trauma just with like being, a colored girl at my school and stuff. Like it's the only way I can release my anger, because
you just rolled right over that like it's not a big deal. What is it like to be a colored girl in school? This is the Zay Show, no filters. You got people watching this right now that think that they feel bad to bring up that they're of color, because then they're gonna say, oh, it's always I'm of color. They think I'm trying to get attention, stuff like that. Well, I'm sorry, but we deal with this stuff.
Yeah.
So what is that like? Because I know that's big for you.
It was the word embarrassing for me. It's like now I love myself. Like I really do. And when you meant from Boston, the DM thing, you actually meant Miami.
Wherever you were at.
So, but
my shot.
When I moved to Miami, like when you go to Miami and you're half black and half Puerto Rican, you're that girl. Like you are that girl. Like it's amazing. Like but what it was like for me in high school is just like I felt embarrassed I remember like people would make fun of me in soccer because my hair would stick up sometimes, like just weird things, like like people would make fun of my nose.
No, keep going.
People would make fun of like, you're so extra.
Let me down.
People would make fun of my nose. They would make fun of like all these different things about me. Like it was just really like not cool. Like
Right.
it made me super uncomfortable, and it made me not have a voice like in a lot of things. Like,
Right.
but when I would like run track, I don't have to talk. I can just show you what I can do.
Right.
When I play soccer, I don't have to talk. I can just show you what I can do.
Ooh,
You know what I mean?
I like that.
When you're as an athlete, I loved it because I didn't have to say nothing about myself. I can just show you,
Right.
and what you see is what you're gonna see. You know what I mean? I'm good at what
Right.
I do. Like but running is like my true passion. Like that's what I really loved. I was really good at it, and I loved it with my whole heart, and it made me really, really close to God. Like, it made me really close to Him. Like, I can't even tell you how close I was with
That's
Him.
good. That's good. Because it sounds like that was a huge thing for you, too.
Yeah.
You know? So, I mean...
It gave me the confidence, Isaiah.
Right.
It gave me the confidence I needed.
So, is that part of the confidence you took into starting your own business?
Actually,
I don't even know how to start my own business.
So, my own business started during COVID. I was laying in...
Oh.
But
Okay.
I started the business, but like the name Selfie, and then to really get it into depth with swimwear.
Yeah.
Like I already knew the concept and how to like set up a business.
Yep.
But like I got technical with it, and I started actually physically making swimwear and like doing all the and like meeting people and all that. That really came with. So when I lived in Miami, that was like a really tough time in my life.
Yeah.
Like with like a relationship that I was in, and you know, living in Miami is really hard. Like I don't know if anyone like knows anyone who lives in Miami or has
I watched
ever.
Bad Girls this morning.
But you
Bad Girls season 5 in Miami.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy.
I never seen it.
It's a young game. Keep going. No, but seriously, so you're going through it in Miami.
Yeah.
Miami has boys. Boys are problems.
Yeah, I guess you could say it like
Sorry,
that.
that's just how it is.
But
Bad Girls though.
anyways, after I left my apartment and I just like decided, all right, I'm gonna go home and hang out with my dad. I love hanging out with my dad. He's so funny.
I see your post with him whenever. Yeah,
he's a good time, and he takes it so easy on his kids. Like me, Richie, and Rondranika, my 2 other siblings, like with my dad, just he's a really easygoing. And so I knew when I come home, my dad's not gonna say, "Ha ha, you failed. You didn't do," you know what I mean?
Right.
He's not going to do that. He's going to say, "How was it? And what are you going to do next?" And that's why I love coming home if I have to come home. Because my dad isn't going to say, he's going to just be cheering me on.
Yeah.
Like, I could say, like, "Dad, I'm going to build a rocket ship to go to Mars." He's like, "Okay, Selena, I'm ready to go when you are." Like, he's going to just be like that. Like,
wow. That's a good pops. That's a good pops.
I was in my bedroom, and I was thinking about how in high school, in the yearbook, I was voted selfie queen.
Whoa, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so I didn't even know I was gonna get voted for that until I got voted for that. Like I didn't know that was a thing.
Yo, wait. What would you vote me for if I was in school in the yearbook? What would I get voted for?
I would have probably called you like the shy guy or the nice guy.
Shy.
Shy guy.
I've never looked at myself as shy. Okay, keep going.
You were very shy, Isaiah.
Wow.
I think you were funny. You had a loud laugh. Like you know what I mean? Like you were out.
I don't remember who I was.
You were outgoing, Isaiah, but at the same time you had this mysteriousness to you though, that it was like it wasn't too much. Well, to me it wasn't too much.
Dang. Okay.
Like you were I knew like when I remember, I can think of it right now when you had your long hair. You wear these baggy jeans, this baggy shirt. And I just remember when we walked by in the hallway, I knew I could just say hi to you. You're going to say hi back. Like, you were super nice to me. Like, you're just really nice. You're nice. Good. Nice guy. Shy guy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And I bet you no one else would call me shy now. But all right, selfie winner for whatever year that was in the yearbook. Okay.
Yeah, so I was voted selfie queen.
Yeah.
And so then I decided to do something with that. And I just took the I out of it.
Yeah.
And just put SELFE.
Yeah, and when I first saw it, I was like, dude, that's a good name. Like, you hit that on the nose.
Like, I had so many ideas. Like, so my dad was adopted by a German family, so that's why my last name is Weigel. But the American way to pronounce it is Weigel.
Weigel?
Weigel is how you really pronounce it.
I like that.
I know, me too. I just say it's the American way because we don't want to complicate things.
Right.
But I was gonna name it. So my real last name would have been Martinez. Yep. And so I was going to spell Martinez backwards for my brand name, and it would have been Nez Marty.
Yo, okay.
I thought it, but it seemed kind of too masculine for me. So
Okay.
I'm telling you, I was laying in my bed thinking so hard, my brain started hurt. Like, and when I started doing business ideas, it's actually kind of bad because, like, I actually looked this up, so it's normal. But for what I'm about to say, for other people who are like me, but like, you don't eat. Like, you don't eat and you don't sleep. Like, you're creating and you're thinking so hard. Like, you know, Jimmy Neutron, when he's like goes inside his ear and it's like bubbling in his brain. That's what it feels like when you start something and you're very passionate as an entrepreneur and you're risking everything, like money, time, a job that's actually stable, just all these different things. Like, your brain starts really bubbling and you get high anxiety and you cannot sleep. Like, you can't. You continuously, you can't sleep.
Yeah. I never knew that. I haven't heard about that.
So when that jumped off, when the idea stopped, then I was like, all right, Dad, I'm going back to Miami. So I went back to Miami, and that's where it started.
Wow.
Yeah,
Really?
I just started.
So I mean, like, for people listening, they're like, okay, when I moved back to Miami and I started, some of the people listening don't have the option to move to Miami or wherever, you know. So, like, what did you give? Some advice you could give someone that just got out of high school or contemplating if they want to go to college or you know, community college. Me, I'm a dropout. I mean, you know, that I found my way. Put it there, you know what I'm saying? But we can. I know there's people out there that are listening that can take some of the advice that you have to
my
get.
microphone? I use fantastic.
Okay, so we're having a little break here. I just want everybody to know, check out Latin Evolution Radio online here, and also quit renting. I need you guys to quit renting and check out the Delgado team for anything you need to do in regards to a house. But we're gonna get back to Selena here. Take it away. That was smooth.
Okay, so I really like my top six.
Yeah.
But did you know it like actually makes your lips drier?
No, I didn't.
But now you know.
No, I didn't. For the listeners out there, that helped. That definitely helped. Check out your chapstick. It actually makes it drier. But let's get back to it. Where were we at?
So what you were saying, what advice I have?
Yeah, it's for someone listening to start their own business, you know, or it doesn't even need to be a business. Follow their dream.
Okay.
You know?
So I will just say this. You're never, it doesn't matter like how much money you have. It doesn't matter how much knowledge you have.
Yep.
It doesn't matter if it's a year from now, 2 years from now, you're never going to be ready. Like, you're just not. You just have to start. And I think with starting like a business or just going your own way outside of the social norms, you have to be willing to learn. Like, you have to be willing to learn and self-teach yourself a lot of things. Like, you have to be willing to be on Google all day learning. You have to be on YouTube all day learning. You have to be reading lots of books. I personally didn't have a TV in my apartment. I didn't have a TV inside my apartment. I had a bookshelf in my apartment, and it was filled with books. Because
that might be my issue because I got 4 TVs, 1 bookshelf with no books on it.
And it's like that's just me though. Other people work in different ways, but that's how I ground myself.
Right.
I don't watch TV. Like, when I go to the movies, I literally fall asleep because it's so boring to me. Like,
really?
When I sit and look at a screen, like, I just get so bored. Like, I'd rather, and I'm always thinking what I could be doing instead. Like, it's a kind of a bad habit.
So you got that business mentality, you know?
It's hard for me to enjoy life in a lot of ways. Sometimes I've kind of calmed down a little bit, but like, I read a lot. Like, I like to read. I like to know things.
Yeah.
And I like to know people. Like, I like to know, you know what I mean?
Give me a book recommendation. Go.
Well, we were talking about minimalism, remember?
Minimalism.
Minimalism.
Minimalism. Go check it out. It just came out on all platforms. Who's that by?
So it's by these 2 guys named Ryan and I believe Joshua.
Yeah.
So that kind of got me into how I decorated my Miami apartment because when
Miami apartment. Do you have an apartment everywhere?
No, I'm just telling you. That's
okay.
Like, that's how I got into like the idea of how I decorated my apartment. So like.
Oh, minimalist.
Yeah.
TV. Okay.
I didn't have a TV, and like but that's not the point though. It's not about not having a TV. It's about not having the things that you don't need.
Right. Correct.
Because a normal person will say, because people have come to my house and they'll be like, they'll literally make fun of me. They're like, why don't you have a TV? Like, saying it like she's lame, she doesn't have a TV, or maybe they're saying it like, oh, she can't afford a TV or something like that. But it's not that. It's just I don't need a TV, so I'm not gonna fill my room with a TV. People fill spaces, they fill voids with things that they don't need. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, that's actually dude. Thank you for bringing that up
Mhm.
because that's all. I mean, I always talk about people having their own filters, not even filters for like photos or something like that, but filters on life. You know, like everyone wants to be something that they're not in today's day, and they want people to think that too.
Yep.
And then the second they get caught up in a situation they can't be that,
Mhm.
they freak out. They don't know what to do or who they are because I mean they never found out who they are, and that's why I say there's power in I am. But also on that too, I fell hardcore victim to materialistic things and my own filter. I realized because back when I was like the luxury car salesman and stuff like that, I was just like, dude, I need a Mercedes. What did I do? I went and bought a Mercedes. I was demoing one, and I had the weekend. I was driving that thing. I had my arm back, windows down. I was looking good. Okay, like, but that didn't always mean I felt good every time I was driving it, just because of the damn car, you know.
Mhm.
And rest in peace, Andrew Reed passed away this morning to brain cancer. That's when I figured out about it, unfortunately. But his last message he just told me last month was to not get caught up because he saw a video about my Mercedes. And he told me don't get caught up on the materialistic things. But I'm super proud of you, my man. And it really made me realize I'm like, yo, I can talk all I want about inspiring the youth and other people, but I fall victim to it myself. You know, like I don't need that dang Mercedes. I grew up walking.
And that's the thing in Miami. Everyone had like a nice luxury car. I walked everywhere.
Really?
I didn't have a car in Miami. Like I only have one car to my name that I paid off, and it's a Honda Civic 2007.
Ooh, fire.
You know what I mean? And I'm gonna keep that car till the wheels fall.
Right.
Because, and that's just another.
You're lucky I don't sell cars anymore.
You know what I mean? And it's just like that's the thing. Like you know what I mean? Like that would just been another way of me filling a void. You know what I mean? And you got to think what filling a void comes with. So just imagine I get a brand new Mercedes.
Yep.
Like that comes with an expense. You know what I mean? That's an
Yeah,
expense now. And you know what I mean? And it depreciates.
Yeah.
Like it's not even that much value to the car.
Right.
But when you have like a Mercedes versus a Honda that you already paid off, and maybe it has a little rust on it, and maybe it's not as shiny as the other car, but you can get out of your car and go to that nice restaurant or go to the beach or whatever with nothing. That all you're paying for is car insurance.
Exactly.
That's all you're paying for.
Right.
You're not paying for nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you're not. It's in this car. It doesn't give you no headache.
Right.
Like if my Honda Civic got a flat, it's only gonna be $20.
Ooh.
You understand?
So I scraped the rim on my Mercedes when I got my DUI. Actually, I'm gonna let everybody know this. Okay. Don't drink and drive. Obviously, I want all my listeners to know that was the dumbest thing I could ever did, and I thank the officer to leave for pulling me over because I was zooming. Okay, and luckily the only thing I hit was a curb, and it wasn't, Karen going to McDonald's or anything like that. I was super happy that I only hit a curb, but I actually got pulled over at the dealership I was working at 4 a.m. Believe it or not, and I hit the curb. You know how much it is for one rim on my car? $1,800. Fuck that. I do not need that. Like, I gotta pay for it regardless. But whatever you just said for 20, I wish.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you can afford it, and if it's not filling a void, then get it.
Right.
Don't do it.
Right.
But but don't do it because other people do it. Don't do it. You know what I mean? Like it really inside has to make you feel like
correct.
You can sleep at night with what you have. You know
right.
What I'm saying?
And then that's something that was big to me too, because I mean, from everything that I went through in regards to drug abuse, sexual assault, being homeless, getting cheated on. I mean, everything. I mean, A through Z.
Mm-hmm.
After all that, and then both my parents never being able to afford anything more than food stamps or something like that. Like for me being able to sign this up and have a credit and know how to do it on a Mercedes for myself, I mean, I was just like, that's it. It showed myself like, this hard work you've been doing and waking up every day and fighting for, it's worth it. So for me, I found I found my need for it. You know what I mean? Like it made me feel a lot better and pushes me farther to do what I do. So I mean, like there's two ways to look at it for sure.
100%.
You know? But I mean, I filled a void for sure. I'm not gonna admit the fact that I didn't fill a void because I know I did. And
but we all have done it before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But you know how much fake love I got after I bought a dang Mercedes? Zaddy, let me in the Benz. Bro, you know how many times I heard that? Or someone that I don't even know. Like it could have been someone that just never showed me any attention ever. But the second they see that filter, they're all game.
You're gonna see the fake love, and then you'll see the hate too.
Yeah,
it
correct.
won't even be fake. Like you can literally see the hate.
Right.
And you'll see how lonely and you can truly be by being better, like going up in life.
Right.
you
Right.
know?
True. Yeah, you are speaking truth tonight. I love that. I do want to get back to what's going on with your company now? Like you just flew up from LA last night just to come see me on the Zay Show. We are grateful to have her here. Let me tell you, we have a beautiful woman in Selena here that wants to talk some stuff, and she's absolutely hilarious. But today I looked a little deeper to find the behind the scenes of you. I know that it was a little hard, but I love that you do that. Like you're willing just to take a flight and hop on the Zay Show on Latin Evolution Radio. I mean that no one just does that. You just.
You're a really good friend of mine.
I appreciate that. That means, and I haven't seen you for 8 years.
I know.
You are the only woman, Mama. I know you're listening. This is the only woman that can call me Izzy, and because
Your name in my phone is literally Izzy.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
I'll never change it.
I'm sure it is. I need a new
I was thinking
number.
the other day, I was like, is he like when I call him? Like, is that weird? Like,
Oh.
but I just always, since we were growing up, I was like, is he? Like,
Yeah, I
and
know.
You were shorter too.
You want to hear something crazy? I went to the doctor's office the other day, and I was 5'5". The last time I had been in there, 5'5", 177 pounds.
Okay.
Big boy, swole, right? I was a little gorilla walking around doing my thing. Just, now I'm a 5'10", 5'9". I'm gonna say.
See, you should have just said 6 feet just to.
I'm not 6 feet. I ain't a liar. I ain't a liar. I'm not a liar at all.
I tell people I'm 5'5". I'm only 5'3".
Okay, well the heels are doing it, but let me tell you, I'm 5'9", 177, and I'm the same weight. How many more inches up? I've done change. I've done change. Still the same energetic idiot that you know, but I'm here to help. So what's next for Selena? What's next? I know you don't even want to tell me. The next. What is Selena?
Well, I'm gonna start back up my brand for springtime, like doing swimwear.
You need to be a model.
Honestly, if you want, you know what? Yeah, I want you to model. I'm not gonna anybody who volunteers to be a part of my business. Like I'm down. You can wear the top, the bottom. It goes in your. It goes.
Whatever it is, I'm gonna get.
Yeah. So it's Brazilian style. So you have the confidence idea. If you want to wear, we can push the he, she. You know what I mean? The she, whatever that thing is.
Or the they. Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
But yeah, so
pushing P.
Yeah, pushing P.
Okay, I love that. I absolutely love that. Well, is there anything you got to ask me, or is there any main topics you want to talk about? Because I think there's a lot of people that have topics that don't want to bring them up. Like last week was domestic abuse that someone wanted me to bring up. Like, is there anything you want me to bring up and bring attention to? Here or for future shows?
Well, I guess in my life right now, something that I kind of want to talk about is alcoholism.
Ooh.
So the reason why I want to talk about it is because I actually had a drinking problem.
Yeah.
I had a serious drinking problem.
I would have never known or guessed this.
I had a drinking problem. I don't drink anymore.
Really?
I don't drink anymore.
I haven't drank since New Year's.
But I had a drinking problem, and it really affected my life. You know what I mean? In a lot of ways, in relationships wise, and friendships wise, and just my getting towards my dreams wise. And I feel like where I took it serious was when I found out that Luke Voss passed away.
Oh, I didn't expect you to say that. Yeah.
And
that's a big. See, how many people we already know that have passed away, and we are only 24. I'm 24.
And I'm 25.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Older one. I'm sorry.
So.
But alcoholism, because that was a huge thing. Huge thing. Definitely a huge thing. I'm not joking about anything right now. I know that was poor timing, but it wouldn't be Isaiah Williams if it wasn't. Yeah, but keep going, alcoholism. Because it is bad. It is super bad.
Yeah, and I just want to say, I'm not an expert on it or anything, but I would just like to talk about the importance of drinking and sometimes ask yourself why you're drinking. And it even goes back to college before I dropped out. When Ben died, before I dropped out, I would actually go to class with a water bottle and it was filled with wine. And that's very personal for me to say, and but I'm not embarrassed to say it because it's true.
Yeah, exactly.
It was my reality at the time.
Correct.
And it was the way I cope with things. You know what I mean?
Right.
And now I'm trying to find myself out of alcohol. And the way I used to cope with things, going back to what we said, is running,
Right.
sports. I played a game of basketball
Yeah.
the other day,
Oh my.
and it was just like, after I was done, I felt like weight lifted off of me. Like,
If I were to play basketball right now, I would feel literal weight off of me. But yeah, keep going.
but it's like, I just want to talk about, like, sometimes, like, it's like you can't force someone not to drink, but it's just like I always want, like, whoever's listening to, like, when you're drinking, to ask yourself,
Why?
why are we drinking today? What are we celebrating? How are we feeling before we drink? Like, are we, and kind of like back to what you're saying, Isaiah, like, the responsibility. Can I drink and drive? Like, what I mean? Should I
Well,
be
you
drinking?
can't drink and drive.
Listen, Isaiah, I'm trying to say, like, like, am I supposed to drink if I'm driving? Like, you ask yourself, but like for me, I always say to myself now, like, like, how can we celebrate this in a different way? Like,
Right.
how can I, like, do something else? Like, because it really can affect your life, your, like, health,
Right.
your sleep schedule,
Yeah, it can affect anything.
the way you look, your eating habits. I even had like a bad, like, eating, like, habit from drinking too much, like, where
Yep.
I wouldn't eat that much.
Really?
I lost a lot of weight from drinking even.
Jeez. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't have guessed any of that. And that I know everyone that was listening that they can relate to that because I know not everyone drinks, but a lot of people do, and especially in our age group too. I think that's why it was a big thing for
Because
me.
life is hard.
Yeah, life is hard, but there's beauty in the struggle.
Mhm.
There's beauty in the struggle. You guys have to remember that, and that was
Yes.
kind of the point of today. Like you see a beautiful woman like Selena here. Okay, I know you see her absolutely beautiful. There's more to that. You heard that story. Okay, you people listening that go through stuff like that, that see that, that are feeling that pain, that lost a good friend close to you. Take every step and run with it. And like take them with you for that. But remember the beauty in your struggle and the strength in who you are, because there's so much more to you than just that. And I mean, look at it right here. So I just want to say thank you everybody for tuning in to Latin Evolution Radio tonight. Thank you, Selena, for flying from LA.
Mhm.
That meant so much to me. We are blessed to have you here. You are invited back whenever you'd like to come. We all love your energy.
Hey.
Hey, period. Okay, I
Period.
didn't just say that. But everybody have a good night, okay? And check us out next Thursday. I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm here.